Hi everyone, I'm Hermione, your host, and welcome to the first episode of A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That, a series where I aim to invite one special guest per episode to try out good, underrated restaurants and food spots while asking them all sorts of questions. In this episode, Koji, who is my classmate and a musician, will answer questions pertaining to his life, his music, and give advice to those of you looking to pursue music as a career or in university as we eat a warm meal at the Hawa Gaisi Soksek Jongsam. So come along and join me for some good food and even greater talk. Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of...
I gotta make a proper face, sorry.
That's okay. Welcome to the first ever episode of my newest food eating show, which is called A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That. Greatest name ever. And today I have a really special guest here with me, Koji. Hey, Koji. Okay, so, tell everybody where we are and what we're about to do.
We're in the Hawa Gaisi. It's a market, there's food, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, so join us as we dig in and learn a little bit about each other, as if we don't already know enough about each other. Right here I have a wonton min.
I've got a zap mean, where you can't see it, but it's the guts of a cow. It's really good.
It's really good.
It's gonna blow you away.
Yeah.
It's good.
That kind of describes most local restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, they don't blow you away, but then they're
like
good.
Amazingly special that it's like that life-changing moment, but it's really good. And we'll keep coming to it because it's usually pretty cheap. Tastes really good. And what more could you ask for?
So we're just gonna dive into some questions now, because you've had your first bite.
Yeah?
Yeah, so introduce yourself, tell us what you're currently doing.
My name is Koji, and I do music when I want to. I'm a music man.
For those of you who are watching my videos and know us, Koji obviously has a reputation as a music guy, plays a lot of music back in school, still does play a lot of music. Tell everybody how we know each other.
Long time, right?
Yeah.
So we met in P4, I'd say. I mean, we've probably been in the same school since like K1. The earliest memory of Hermione I have from P4 was we were in the same class, and that class was iconic.
Right.
P4A.
P4A.
Good times. Yeah, we're friends for a long time.
Yeah. I would say we clicked instantaneously, but I'd say we always got along.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you like in high school? Describe yourself.
It's a very difficult question. Probably fun, I guess. I wasn't a great student academically, but I think I always tried to, boost morale.
So can you recall any super memorable experiences we've had together?
I can recall quite a lot, but I think my favorite one is probably, those 20-30 minutes we spend after band with like pageant, and there would be like a couple other people.
Right.
I've always enjoyed that a lot. Discussions we have are always really fun.
Oh yeah. Band was a super unifying experience. I don't know how it is now, but okay, so you are currently taking a gap year.
Yep.
Okay, why did you end up taking the gap year?
I think I wasn't ready for school. Like, I started music pretty late compared to my peers. Yeah, I always felt like I was a little bit behind everyone. So I thought I'd use an extra year to gain some more experience, get better at my instrument.
Okay, so what do you play?
play bass, guitar, and I want to say trumpet, but I haven't really played it in a long time.
Well, that's funny because to me, you were always the trumpet guy, you know?
Right, yeah. Most people at school, they remember me as a trumpet guy.
Yeah.
I got into bass really late. Say Form 4.
Right,
Around the time I got into it for the first time. Really late compared to everyone else. But, you know, I was really enjoying it, so and I got really lucky because COVID happened, and I got to practice every day.
You talk about feeling like you were lagging behind people all throughout high school, right? So has this gap year kind of helped to remedy that?
Yeah, I think so. I did a couple of shows and got to have some experience teaching. And I also did some equipment moving and stage setup. I learned a lot from that. Learning to appreciate the backstage crew. I think when you're just doing music, you're kind of just the guy on stage.
Right.
And there's actually a lot of things going on, like the people setting up the stage, balancing the sound, cable guys. There's a lot to it. It's never this big show. It's not just the musicians that are there. I think most people don't really think about that.
Oh yeah, that's
it's not
true.
really the front thing.
That's true. I don't. Enough. Have your university plans changed? Has your future kind of morphed?
Yes and no. I think music was always something that I wanted to study. I used to think that I really wanted to do that one aspect of music. I think over the course of my gap year, I kind of want to open up my options. There's just a lot to music. There's writing, there's playing, and not just that. There's mixing, there's production, right? There's a plethora of different things that you can do with music, and I think leaving my options open to all sorts of stuff is pretty important. And I think that gap year really helped me decide, not really decide, but like know what else I could have done.
That's interesting to me because in my head, whenever I used to think about artsy people who would go off to do dance or music, I thought they were very snobbish in a way because when I was younger, my exposure to dance and to music was all very classical and very orthodox, very traditional, you know? Yeah. What, in your opinion, are the pros and cons of taking a gap year?
A lot, actually, of pros and cons. I think you and I both experienced this where there are long periods of time where we aren't doing anything at all, and we feel kind of useless.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? And it doesn't help that when you're talking to your other friends who are in university, and they're like, oh yeah, I got this test, or oh, I'm studying for this thing, I got this homework to do, and you're like, oh, I'm just sitting at home.
Yeah.
But then there are other times when you're like, getting work experience or doing something that you probably wouldn't be doing if you were at school, and you're kind of getting like an insight into whatever you're doing is like, and get that experience. Maybe fill out your CV a little bit. There's a lot you can do actually if you meet the right people and you talk to the right people. You can do like part-time or an internship, learn all sorts of stuff, maybe take some classes, learn some life skills. There's a lot of time to do that.
Right.
Prepare you for university.
I'm also a gap year student, in case any of you are wondering, and I think it really does require sort of discipline to push through those times. Yeah, it's just a nice time to relax. So let's talk a bit about university, because we're both soon to be university students. Okay, so where are you planning to go for university? Tell us the region and which specific university.
I'm going to music school in Boston.
So make what you will with that information. It's a really good school. What made you decide on this university?
I've heard the experiences of a couple of my music friends. I have two friends who went to that school, and they all have like really good things to say about it. And also networking. I think that place will really help me not just learn a lot, but gain a lot from other people, and I think my experience with music can also be shared with them, and just kind of build that network up. It's a great place. Plus, the education is great, from what I've heard. I hope so.
Like I said, it's a really good school.
It's cold.
What?
It's cold.
Interesting.
I'm gonna put it under my noodles.
To warm it up. Since it's a really good school, I would argue that some people go just for the sake of having the name there. In the music world, is prestige important?
Not really. It's cool. Like if you tell someone you went to this place or that place, and of course you learn a lot there. But I think a lot of it comes down to yourself. The biggest thing, like I think art school in general, the biggest thing there is to just get guidance from professionals. Because what you're doing is like a journey of self-growth, right? It's
Right.
It's not like it's something that you can just study for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to like kind of see it in you.
Right.
And I think to learn how to do that, of course, a better school might have better faculty that can teach you, or guide you through that journey. But I don't think you must. Some people, some really famous musicians, didn't really go to that famous schools. They're very successful. They're very, very good. They might not be famous, but on an artistic level, they're really amazing. It's not too important.
Okay, so hear that. If you're planning on going to music school, prestiges and all that, pick somewhere that, I'd say, suits you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why Boston? Why the States?
I don't vibe with the UK as much.
I get that.
And America's something that I've always thought about.
Even your accent is very American.
No, it's not.
So, what subject are you majoring in at university? As in which specific area of music?
Actually, the school where I'm going to, the first year is undeclared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't actually have a major yet.
A lot of Americans
in music, but not a specific course.
Okay. Have you given much thought about which course?
Are you writing and production?
Okay, writing and production.
Yeah, I think learning just how to, like learning to do performance, it doesn't give you as many skills. Yeah,
Okay.
like nowadays you kind of need to be good at many different things, like production and writing and playing and everything. And I think doing a production course where you still have to do private lessons can give you that like edge.
How's the admissions process?
Simple, actually. You just send them your application, so your personal details, your CV. There's not much to it, and then either interview or your audition.
Do you think the resources back in high school were helpful in terms of university applications, and then for music as well?
Compared to other schools here in Macau, has a lot less workload, so you have a lot of time to do your personal things. And if you're into music, you can get better at that. If you're into dancing, if you're into sports, you have a lot more time to be training at that.
That's very true.
And school career counselor is very helpful. I just didn't really make use of it much while I was there.
I only really started corresponding with the career counselor after I had left school.
Me too.
Have you got any advice for high school students who are planning to apply for music?
No. Oh, for music, yes. Study. I think because I didn't study as hard in high school, kind of have less options to pick from. I still got into my dream school, but it was very stressful because I was kind of worried that, if this doesn't work out, I don't really have many places left. You don't need to be amazing, but you gotta have good grades. Because then, if that doesn't work out, then at least you got something else. And you can do music on the side. Don't risk it.
Don't risk it.
Yeah, I went all in. And that was not the way to do it.
Okay, so find a balance.
Yeah.
Do try to maintain your grades.
I read the script before this, and I saw a question that was how you balance your music life with school life. And she was going to ask me that because I really didn't. I remember in Form 6, our midterms, I had like 6 shows around that time. I was trying to meet other people and they started inviting me to things. So I did that, and I was really just like living 2 lives. After school and after my extracurricular activity, go home, I would eat, and I would go for rehearsals. And because I was new to the band and there were a lot of different shows, we had long rehearsals all the time. And the sound checks were so long too. So I was spending a lot of my time doing that, and then in the day I'd be going to school. I didn't focus on my studies as much, and at the same time I tried to give 100% to the shows that I was doing, but I don't think I was 100% there because I was quite tired from going to school every day. But I think it was a worthwhile experience because I learned a lot doing that, and I think doing all those shows helped me develop a lot quicker in my Form 6 time. But yeah, definitely not worth risking your midterms. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So in short, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a path we would recommend you take if you are someone who, is looking to get really involved in music, but obviously you won't know until you try. Maybe you can balance it. Who knows?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That with Koji. If you're interested in hearing more about making it in the music world as well as Koji's own cultural background, be sure to check out part 2, which I will link in the description box below and which you can find on my channel. Once again, thank you all so much for your support, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.